The only way I can describe this cake is a holiday in the mouth. The first time I ever came across this cake, this hummingbird cake, was way back in 1998. There was a little bakery in Bonaire, that it's an island in the Caribbean, and that's the first time I tasted it and I completely fell in love with it. When I got back home, I searched for the recipe. It was a little difficult at that time to find recipes, but I got hold of the recipe and I've been using this recipe, which I'm going to show you today, ever since. This cake is a little dense and moist with the pineapple and bananas, and has a crunch of walnuts. Originally pecans are used, but walnut is very easily available in the markets, so I use walnuts. It's got a little crunch to the cake, and that makes it very exciting, and it takes you straight on a tropical island holiday. So let's jump into it and I'll show you how to make it. These are walnuts which I have toasted lightly. You can use pecans as well. Don't skip the step of toasting them because it's very important, and chop them into small pieces. If you are allergic to nuts, you can use coconut instead of the nuts, about 1 cup of coconut, shredded coconut. Now these are bananas. I'm taking some really ugly looking bananas, brown and spotty, but trust me, the uglier they are, the more flavor they have. So definitely use the ripe bananas and chop them into small pieces, not too small as they are going to break a little when we are going to combine them with the other ingredients. This is going to moisten the cake a lot and really going to add a lot of flavor to the cake. Now for the next step are the pineapples that we are going to use. I am using a bag of organic pineapple chunks. Usually you can use the crushed canned pineapple, that works the best, but as I have the chunks, I'm going to chop them fine, and I'm going to use the reserved juice of the pineapple as well. So chop them fine. When you're using the canned crushed pineapples, you can avoid this step, and make sure that the juice that you take does not exceed 1/4 cup, but you definitely need a bit of the juice. Now these are the 3 ingredients that make up this very tropical tasting cake, and these are the 3 important ingredients in the cake. So they are all ready. Now let's get on to the cake. This is all-purpose flour or maida. To that I'm going to add some baking soda. This is not baking powder, it's soda, and baking powder is not used in this at all. This is cinnamon powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and just a pinch of salt. You're just going to enhance the spiciness of and the sweetness of the cinnamon. Now mix that. Mix all. These are the dry ingredients, so you need to mix them well. And I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get on to the wet ingredients. So these are 2 large eggs. If you are using small eggs, you can use 3. This is a cup of oil. I'm using grapeseed oil. This is vanilla extract, and whisk it together. You can use any vegetable oil as well. Once that's mixed well, I'm going to add in the sugar. This 2 cups of sugar, granulated sugar. Whisk that. Not for too long, just so that it's all together. And now add the reserved flour, the dry ingredients which I had kept it aside, and give it a good mix. Once that comes together, you can add in the bananas. Now you gently fold in the bananas, the pineapple along with the little juice, and fold that all in. Be a little gentle because this fruit is a little delicate. Now the batter seems a little thick, but along with the juice, with the moisture of the bananas, it is going to loosen up. There you can see. So now add in some coconut milk for extra flavor. You can use whole milk if you wish, but it's just so that the batter becomes a little smooth. Now add in the walnuts, the chopped walnuts, and fold that into. Once the ingredients are well combined, the batter is ready to go in the cake pans. Now I am using two 9-inch cake pans. They are greased and lined with parchment paper. So you can also use 3 6-inch cake pans as well if you wish. So I'm going to divide the batter into 2 equal portions. And spread the batter evenly, and now it is ready to go in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Now while the cakes are baking, I'm going to prepare the frosting, the cream cheese frosting. For that I'm going to need some butter. This is softened butter, room temperature butter, and this is the cream cheese. I'm going to use 2 packed cream cheese. It's about 16 ounces total. Then some vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, some cinnamon powder, and whisk it with a handheld mixer or a stand mixer if you want, to a smooth consistency. Now add the sugar, the powdered sugar, little by little, and combine it along with the cream cheese. Once it is all together, now I'm going to add in some shredded coconut. It gives a nice taste to the cream cheese, the shredded coconut and the cinnamon. So the cream cheese frosting also complements the cake very well. Now once the frosting is ready, now let me check on the cakes. It's 30 minutes and they are ready. You can see the color is beautiful brown color, and I have done the toothpick test, and they are ready. Now I'm going to just loosen them up from the sides. It's already loosened up really, but I'm just going to make sure that it's not stuck anywhere. And I'm going to turn it over on a wire rack so that they can cool. I'm going to remove the parchment paper. You can still see the steam coming out, and what a beautiful color this is. The kitchen is smelling heavenly. Now the second one, just turn it over. There you go. So you can see that the cakes, you can see the steam coming out. It's still hot. Now I'm going to let it cool for at least 20 minutes. Once the cakes are cooled, I'm going to decorate them with some nuts and coconut and some pineapple flowers. But before that, let me start frosting the cake. So this is the first cake that is going to be frosted. Now evenly cover the top with frosting. This is going to be the frosting which is going to be in the center of the in between the two cakes. Now place the second cake and spread the frosting, the cream cheese frosting, evenly on the top and the sides. I'm using an offset spatula for this. I'm going to use just very minimal frosting on the outside, just to expose the cake a little bit and give it a naked cake effect. I love that effect. You can decorate the cake with some pecans, walnuts, or some shredded coconut. I'm going to use some pineapple flowers. Now these flowers that I've made, you can see the link below. You can see how I've made them. These pineapple flowers are really easy to make. Do check the link in the description box or at the end of the video, and refrigerate the cake for at least 30 minutes before you slice it, or else the cake can fall apart as you cut it. So this is the hummingbird cake. The origin of the cake is the beautiful island of Jamaica. This is my kids' favorite cake, and when they were little I used to bake cupcakes out of the same recipe. I would get about 20 to 25 cupcakes, and I would decorate with the same frosting and the pineapple flowers. It would really look so nice and the kids would enjoy it. So do make this cake and have an island holiday at home. Thanks for watching.